Hey guys, Roman Reaper here. So I've just got done watching Horizon and American Saga Chapter 1. This is, of course, Kevin Costner's epic western long-time passion project, which he has ultimately got to the screen by self-financing. In fact, the parallels between this and Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis are striking. They're both self-financed passion projects, both premiered at the Cannes Film Festival to mixed reviews, and ultimately both of them flopped at the box office. But honestly, I respect the hell out of Costner for getting his vision to the screen on his terms and not compromising for anyone. But is the film an epic that is worthy of Costner's longtime passion? Let's find out. So, in the film, it is 1859, and we meet groups of traveling families as they settle inland across the American West from Wyoming to Kansas. Some of it is safe and protected by the US Army, and some of it is more dangerous and occupied by the Apaches. And in the middle of all of this, we meet Hayes Ellison, a gruff, no-nonsense cowboy who finds himself on the run after a tense incident in which he is forced to kill another gunslinger. So, look, obviously it's worth noting that Costner has very ambitious plans for this film. This is planned to be the first of a four-part epic Western saga, and honestly, if that saga materializes in its entirety, then yeah, fair play to him. But for now, we only have this to judge, which is only about a quarter of the story, and off the strength of this first part, I will say it's definitely a film that I respect more than I outright enjoy. Like, don't get me wrong, the narrative scope and ambition is unmatched. But, this is very much 3 hours of setup for, a larger saga to follow, and it's very much taking its time, laying the groundwork for what's to come. And so, at times, the pacing can be absolutely glacial as we're making our way through the weeds of this very plodding setup, and at points I did find myself kind of zoning out. But saying that, there is plenty here that is worth your investment. I really enjoyed the plot line following Costner's character, Hayes. I really enjoyed the subplot of Sienna Mills' character and the camp occupied by the soldiers. And my favorite subplot is probably the one following the camp that's captained by Luke Wilson. So there's plenty of stuff here that is like entertaining and enjoyable, and in fact, especially in the second half, which is definitely the stronger of the two, as we're very much in the swing of the narrative flow and the characters and these dynamics. So by and large, yes, there is a lot here worth getting invested in. And yes, the film very much in that Western tradition very much sprinkles in some action bits in there, so, some standoffs, some shootouts, and they're exciting and they're suitably bloody and violent, and they're sprinkled in just enough, just the right points that they very much keep you entertained. And yes, the the sound design for these scenes is excellent. What I think is the strongest aspect of the film, however, is the cinematography. Oh my god, this film looks gorgeous. Obviously, the American West, they and those landscapes very much have that natural beauty to them, which by default will look great when captured on camera and shown on like cinema screens. But my God, it is just such a handsomely shot film. You know, these vast, sweeping landscapes with such a sense of scale to them. And there's, some really great, like, use of color, especially when the sun, the golden hour type shots, and there's like shots reflecting off water. It is just a visual feast. Like, you can definitely see where that reported $100 million budget went, and of course, it is capped off wonderfully by John Debney's score, which obviously, makes the whole thing feel really grand scale and epic. It's just, yeah, from a technical perspective, it is a fucking 10 out of 10, or at least close to it. But, inhabiting this world is obviously a big ensemble of characters. Obviously, I've mentioned Costner, Sienna Miller, and Luke Wilson, but by and large, the performances across the board from the rest of the ensemble are pretty great too. You've got the likes of Sam Worthington, Michael Rooker, and Danny Houston as some of the soldiers. You've also got people likes of Giovanni Ribisi, and everybody involved, I think, does give a good performance. Although, again, because of the nature of the narrative, you know, being that it's very much all set up, that it can at times feel maybe a little hard to properly emotionally invest in, because, you know, this is obviously so narratively dense and so full of things it wants to say and, things it wants to set up that, sort of getting emotionally invested in the characters can at times sort of fall by the wayside. But by and large, when we're very much just focusing on these characters and their relationship with the landscape and, just their like little individual dynamics, yeah, it's really entertaining stuff and is probably the strongest scenes of the film. Now, obviously, yes, regarding the nature of the narrative, because, this is very much setting up a larger saga to come. Yeah, there's no kind of actual emotional payoff by the third act because that will come down the line. And in fact, the film ends with a montage showing things to come in the later entries of the saga, which honestly, yeah, if they keep going the way they're going, we've got a bulk of the setup out of the way here. So yeah, if they keep going on its trajectory, it could grow to something that I really, really enjoy. But for now, though, I thought this was all right. It's definitely one that I respect more than I do truly enjoy. But there is definitely enough here that is worth your time and is worth watching and getting invested in. Overall, out of 10, Horizon and American Saga Chapter 1 gets a 6. So yeah, let me know down in the comments, have you seen Horizon? What did you think of it? Are you looking forward to seeing the rest of the saga? And would you like to see more ambitious passion projects like this hit the screen in the near future? Let me know all that down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.